Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to yet another Whiskey and Insurance
Another
podcast.
one. Another one. Let's go.
Hopefully you guys tuned in the other ones.
Yeah, man.
This one we actually have our first guest. I'll let
Yes.
Luke introduce him after he's done drinking his.
After I'm done drinking my
Monster.
monster. Yep. This is our very own Adrian Hallberg. He is our director of marketing. We wanted to bring you some information just on overall marketing and business structure. It can be involved with insurance. It can be involved just overall. But we're really, really excited to have you on here. So thanks for joining us today.
For sure. Glad to be here.
Absolutely.
Love
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. Well, today we have yet another bottle of whiskey.
I love it.
This one is unique. I mean, we're going to try to get just a bunch of unique bottles every single time.
Yeah.
But also, first of all,
This is a different atmosphere too,
Yeah,
aren't
yeah.
we?
Shout out Macadoodles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are in our home Macadoodles in Lee Summit.
Macadoodles.
Shout out to Jacob and Aaron. They
Yes.
were both very
yeah.
helpful in all of this. We want to appreciate them greatly. I think the next 2 episodes are going to be here. This
It will
one
be.
and the next week as well.
It will
Yeah.
be.
Which is really cool. But a little recap on the last one. We talked about Pendergast.
Yeah, that was fun, was it not?
That was a fun
Brought
one.
me
Yeah.
back to high school.
He was
So-
a big time criminal, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Absolutely.
He was.
Some wild
Uh,
stories there. I mean, I barely scratched the surface. So you could go and do a ton of research. They actually, once again, I think I mentioned this in the last podcast or last episode. But you can do like these mob tours that start at Union Station, and they take you around and show you all the different things that happened back in the early 20s, 30s, 40s, whatnot, when the mafia was very strong here
Yeah.
in Kansas
Yeah.
City. So
That's wild, man.
Absolutely. Well, this week we got Bourbon Rubenesque Wood Hat.
Okay. I
Wood
like that.
I love, I
Wood
love
hat.
that wood hat.
So, a little bit about it.
100 proof.
It is 100 proof. I was getting there.
That's a
dang.
lot. We're excited. Let's get it. That's good.
So, a little bit. Wood Hat. The owner is Gary Heingardner.
Okay.
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 Spent
Okay.
30 years in the Peace Corps teaching people all over how to plant and cultivate corn.
Corn.
He's actually the 4th top scientist in the world
Wow.
Wow.
on corn.
Are you
On
serious?
corn.
Yeah, literally just on corn.
I'm seeing on this bottle right here, it says DSP Mo. This guy Missouri?
Oh yeah, he actually resides in New Florence, Missouri. That's where the distillery is.
That's what I'm
So
talking
that's
about.
another homebody whiskey.
Yeah, another
Come on.
homebody.
Come on, we love that.
Yes.
He also it is a wheated blue corn bourbon. Okay, which is
Wait, blue corn.
blue corn. I didn't
What
know that was a
the
thing.
what is blue corn?
It's it's corn, but it's blue.
Like,
It's aged for 6 years in a Chinko pen
okay.
American white oak barrel.
White
Okay.
oak.
White
Got it.
oak.
I haven't heard white oak in
Me
the
either.
other
Me
whiskeys.
either.
Okay, go ahead.
But pretty much what blue corn is, it's 75% Missouri blue corn
Okay.
and opposed to Indiana blue corn, which I think 95% of whiskeys do,
Mm.
is Indiana blue corn. And then 25% Missouri wheat.
Okay. Man, we're
I like
getting,
that.
we're getting some Missouri in it.
We're getting a
Yeah.
lot of Missouri in us today. A lot of Missouri.
Blue corn. Is it blue like his jacket? So,
I would think
A little
so.
bit.
Probably a little more blue, to be
Okay.
honest.
All right.
It's very highly sought after. It's a single barrel bottled and bond bourbon Rubenesque. Okay. Rubenesque. This is
Yes.
where it gets kind of funny.
Let's talk about it.
Rubenesque
Uh-huh.
is an adjective
Uh-huh.
that means fully and shapely or voluptuous.
Okay.
Okay.
Voluptuous.
Now, the reason why he
Okay.
chose that, he used to be a painter as well.
Ah.
He loved and described voluptuous as a woman's figure.
Good.
So
Okay.
bigger women.
Yeah.
He was very passionate and everything. He also used Rubenesque. It's a Italian term. It's known for a round body
Okay.
with large breasts and hips.
We got some hips.
Interesting.
We
Yeah.
got some hips.
And actually, we were
Absolutely.
told that this bottle, the woman
Show the
woman
camera.
on the bottle, the only clothes that she was wearing are gloves and a hat.
Mm. And she's holding
a glass.
glass of whiskey.
Yep.
I like it. I like it. He kind of
Wow.
brought his own artwork to the bottle.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
wonder.
really cool.
I wonder if he did that himself. If he-
I'm
I bet you he probably created it. all.
I'm pretty sure he
So.
did.
And in here he says the term comes from the Flemish painter Peter Paul Rubens.
Peter
So that's
Paul
where
Rubens.
Rubenesque comes.
Okay. I
Um,
like that.
who often painted with large women, fairly bigger body.
There we go.
Okay.
Wow.
A little bit more before we get into it.
Okay.
He spent so much time. He bought land in New Florence, and he spent so much time. He literally grew over 190 different variants of corn.
So he's experimenting.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, like I said, he's the top scientist in
Yeah.
corn,
Yeah.
and he grew over 190 variants of corn just to find the perfect one for this bottle. So I'm kind of excited because I don't. Whenever you drink whiskey, you don't think of corn, but most of them are corn.
No,
Yeah.
you don't think of corn. You don't think of stuff like that.
So
at
I'm
all.
thinking, like, is this gonna taste crazy? You know, like, is this gonna be kind of crazy?
We'll see.
But anyways, I mean, should we crack it open?
Let's do it, baby.
do it.
Should we
We
crack
gotta
it?
get some
think so.
ice.
We do got to get some ice. You wanna
Yeah.
grab it?
Yes, I'll grab the ice.
Love it.
I wonder what his testing process was to determine, which corns tasted best for whiskey.
Hey, it's right here, Mark. Good try. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean,
It's like, how do you know what corn makes the best whiskey? I guess, people
how are we
I
gonna
just hand it.
put your hand in it?
Yeah,
just
put
hand
your
it.
hand in it.
That's fine
All
with
right.
me.
Hey guys, sorry, we don't have
Hands in the bucket.
It's cool. The alcohol kind of kill them.
We'll be just fine.
We'll be just fine. Again, none of this would be happening without Macadoodles.
Yeah, look at
Shout
the
out
scenery.
Macadoodles.
Yeah.
This is amazing, man.
I like that it's a crushed ice. It'll melt it a little bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah, dilute
well-
that 100 proof a little bit.
I like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I like it a little diluted.
absolutely.
I'm spilling.
He's
It's okay.
already spilling.
I'm already spilling. But yeah, if you guys ever need alcohol and you're in Kansas City,
Yeah.
go to your nearest Macadoodles.
Yeah.
These guys are great. They have literally everything.
Everything you could
I
possibly
guess
want.
we're gonna pour.
They got beer, they got
Wine.
beer bongs,
Yeah.
wine,
Anything.
classy.
It's really nice. Okay, let me get this out the way. We're done with the ice?
Yep.
Perfect.
And I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
Should be-
And I got the flavors ready.
Okay,
right.
let's go.
Love it.
You ready for your first?
Okay,
I'm
Adrian,
ready.
you ready for this? So what we do, we taste it, right?
We
We
smell.
sip on it, we smell.
I'm going to smell it first.
Good.
Yep,
That's
always
what you
smell
do. You
first.
do that first, and then we always try to guess.
You gotta
Okay,
really
what this
put it in
is.
there. Get this
Yep.
get the schnauzer deep in
Yep.
the glass.
I like that.
The Schnauzer.
It smells good.
Yeah, it does.
I can already tell it's smooth just by the smell.
Yeah.
It smells
Yeah.
really good. Okay, so like Luke said earlier, it's 100 proof, so
Okay.
it's 50% alcohol volume. So it's going to be a little bit less than the two other ones that we tried.
Okay.
The other ones are more?
Oh yeah,
They were,
first
they were
one-
more.
Horse Soldier was 125%
Yeah.
or proof.
Wow.
I tell you what, I'm still thinking about that one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been a couple weeks back, but
That one.
golly.
That horse surgery was no joke
That was no joke.
at all.
I could sniff that all day.
All right.
Yeah. Well,
Should we
before we,
cheers?
before we do it, we got our cheers. Okay,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
let you lead it. I've been
Okay.
leading it a lot, so you can go ahead and do it.
I'd
Whiskey
let it-
for the soul.
Yep.
Insurance for the wallets.
Boom.
Let's have a
Love it.
taste.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you had to shake the head on that one.
Yeah.
I let it sit in my mouth. I want to swirl it around.
Look at his
Get it
eyes.
going.
He's about to cough.
It woke you up.
I'm not coughing.
It woke you up, didn't it?
Do
We
you
love to
tell
do
people
this in the
it is the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not.
We always
It's
do it
like
in the morning.
8:30 a.m.
We always do it in the morning. You should see the first episode. It was like 6:30.
6:30 in the morning on the
Yeah.
first episode.
We
Man,
always
that
tell them to
morning
drink
on the-
on the
responsibly.
120 proof one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like you.
So I guess maybe the testing criteria for picking a good corn is taste profile, sure, but as smooth as well, because that's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
top. That's like
Yeah.
one of the smoothest
It's-
sips I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, and out of the two, this is really smooth.
This is really.
Uh,
Especially
out
for
of the two.
100 proof. Come
Yeah,
on.
I will. I
Yeah.
will say I didn't. That was the first two. The first sip was hard to get down. This
Yeah.
one, It wasn't that hard to get down.
Yeah, not at all. No faces. You didn't see no faces. Not a lot of faces. Last
Adrian was just
episode we
shaking
were.
his head,
I know he was.
he just didn't have to do
he's
the
over here.
120 proof.
I was holding it. I hold it in my mouth for at least 5 seconds, and I swirl it around.
Okay,
He's sitting
So
over
that
here.
I can absorb into my
That's
cavity.
funny.
maybe that's what we
Get the whole essence.
we need to do. All right, well, let's do it. Now
Yeah.
we know what's next. Let's do it. Let's
What you think?
what's in the bottle.
No, what you think?
What's in the bottle?
Mark's
start
like,
off.
tell me what's in the bottle. I'm not guessing
All right,
anymore.
I'll go around.
Okay, so let's see.
I'm telling you what, I'm struggling.
I am a lot.
I'm struggling with this one.
You know,
I will say, whoa,
that hit me. That hit me a little bit right there. I had to come back.
I know. I can throw
I
out.
take back everything I just said. Second sip, he's over here choking.
Come on, Mark. Come on.
I will say it's going to be a hard one.
The
Okay.
first thing that came to me just from the smell and the sip reaffirmed that it's citrusy to me. I'm getting a orange.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll say
Okay.
I get orange in this. I could get citrus or,
Some sort of citrus.
or lemon maybe.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the same thing as we did a previous episode.
Honey.
Nope.
No.
Butterscotch.
Butterscotch.
Oh, wow.
That
I-
was 2
I-
episode ago.
2 episodes. Yeah.
I get
2
that.
episodes ago. I'm
Butterscotch.
gonna say butterscotch.
I
is
think
in
this would be
there.
fantastic in like a whiskey sour.
No, that would be good in a whiskey sour for sure. For sure.
Okay, what else? We have citrus. We have butterscotch. What else? What else do we got in there?
I mean, the first
Luke's
thing I
thinking-
love to drink with, or love to go to with
Honey.
whiskey is like the wood.
Honey.
I like the wood flavor. It's like
Yeah.
whiskey's the only
Yeah.
thing you can drink where you're like,
The
oh,
white
I like
oak
the wood.
for
yeah.
sure. The white oak.
It's woody.
Yeah, I mean
White oak.
that's all from the barrels.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I get that flavor. But I mean, you already told us that they do that in white oak, so I don't want to just say, hey, white oak.
White oak. I knew that.
Right. I didn't.
But I think I definitely get some citrus, either lemon or orange.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know if it's lemon because I feel like I would be able to taste that.
For sure.
And then the second thing, definitely honey that's in this.
Okay.
That's almost a given, I think, in my opinion.
Okay.
And then there's gonna be some. I remember on the last one there were some stone fruits.
it was.
Mhm.
I'm
What's
thinking
an
that
example of a stone fruit?
Oh,
yeah,
It's a
that's
good
you didn't
tester.
watch our last podcast. That's crazy.
Okay.
No,
it's like
I did.
cherries.
Yep.
You,
Apricot.
any
I see
shelled
what you mean.
fruit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense.
so
I can see
um,
maybe a little apricot in there.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He says apricot. What a weirdo.
I don't know about cherry.
Yeah, I don't get cherry in this one, but
Maybe.
I
Okay.
could be way off.
Enough.
I don't think we're
Okay.
What's in
You're
the
done?
bottle?
He loves to do that.
Come
He
on,
did that
man.
last
All right.
time.
So when you first get it,
Okay.
toasted nuts.
Toasted
Okay.
nuts.
Okay.
Okay.
I love
Okay.
a good toasted nut.
I wasn't.
Obviously,
time.
right.
obviously blue corn, but he also put caramel corn.
Caramel. Butterscotch. That's close.
That's close. That's close.
That's close.
That's close. That's
Yeah.
close.
Smells like
That's
butterscotch.
And the last
Yeah.
We got-
he's dying.
No,
He's
go.
dying. The last one, bright red candied apples.
Wow.
Not just
Bright-
regular red.
No, no,
but
bright red.
red. Candied apple.
Candied
I did not think
apples.
apples at all.
But that's
where-
just what
that's
happens.
where
That's what makes
that's
it
where I
smooth.
get the probably the citrus,
Citrus.
from the apples.
Wow.
So-
That's also where it gets so smooth, though.
Yeah.
That's where you get it smooth.
That is
So-
wild. I was way off.
This seems
I
like
was
a
saying
good.
honey.
This seems like
I
a
was
good
saying-
whiskey in October time. You know, go
I was
apple
saying
picking.
stone
Yeah.
fruits.
Get some of this whiskey. Maybe
Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Yeah.
A little
Just a
red,
whole
little
vibe, you
red,
know?
little red apple action. Maybe on the next episode we just have an apple. Boom.
Yeah. I
so a little bit, obviously, the last part about the bottle.
okay.
So bottled and bond, called BIB. Okay.
Okay.
It is the first ever and the only ever estate grown bottled and bond in existence.
Really?
what's that?
Meaning,
Now break that down. for me.
meaning it is the first ever bottle that is grown on the same property that is distilled in.
Right.
So they're not shipping it off
No,
Wow.
to get
all
it
the
bottled.
literally- all
It's
the
all in
corn,
one
all the
ecosystem. They're not
ingredients come.
I'm sure there's a lot of benefits that they
Yeah,
control.
they're not getting
a
corn
lot.
from Iowa. They're not getting corn
Literally.
from Illinois.
It's-
It's
that's
all
why
in the
he's-
state of
They're
Missouri.
not getting diesel smoke up in there on the transit.
Exactly. I like
He
that.
grows it in New Florence and distills it in New Florence.
Man, I want to go down to New Florence and take a tour.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
I
what
wonder
he
if he does
said.
that.
I met the guy that is a
Oh, really?
salesman for this,
Do they
So
do
it-
tours?
and he
I
said,
do.
"Let me know
Wow,
if you
wow.
guys ever want to come down, so I can get you the best tour." Which would be kind
Oh,
of sick.
That will be good.
little
And
road
then
What else you got?
obviously I mean, that's pretty cool in itself.
Absolutely.
It's a Missouri one. It's the only one that's bottle and bond on the same property.
Yeah.
Woodhead is award-winning true field to glass craft distillery.
Field to
Which-
glass. I like that.
Yeah, which is the same thing.
I get you.
like field straight
It's like
to
farm
indoor.
to table.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Which
that.
I thought was pretty cool.
That is cool. Is that the only one like in America or in the
Yeah.
that doesn't?
Yeah,
Wow.
literally.
That's
The
crazy. How
only-
that's the only one.
I-
That's, I mean,
don't know.
I believe it, but it's just like I'm
it's crazy.
surprised.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
just so you
What?
guys know, we don't only do Missouri. We're gonna
No,
get some others. We're gonna get
yeah.
some
Yeah, oh,
other
yeah.
whiskeys in
It just
here.
happens.
We
This
just
is-
had
It just
to-
happens like
You
that.
know, Missouri doesn't get repped pretty
Yeah.
well, except for the Chiefs.
Go Chiefs,
So,
baby.
Go Chiefs, baby. It's open today.
And
Yeah.
Anyways, so we gotta,
Yeah.
we gotta,
Show some love.
yeah,
Show
you know,
them
we gotta
love.
show us up a
Yeah.
little.
I mean, Kansas City is literally like the center of the country.
Yeah.
It is.
Like
it is.
every
Sure is.
transit route goes right through. So.
Midwest.
Sure
baby.
is.
Yeah.
It's the show me state.
Yeah,
So
Lou.
we gotta show it off.
gotta
Yeah.
show it off.
Absolutely.
We are growing a little bit too.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
That's
yeah.
a lot of good info, man. I tell you,
Yeah,
that,
that's cool.
That's a cool bottle, cool whiskey. If you guys have, once again, as always, if you have a whiskey that you think that we should try out or put out on a future episode,
Yeah.
please put it in the comments. Send
Let
us
us
a
know.
DM. We've already had several DMs of different whiskeys, so thank you already for that.
Yep.
We're always interested in trying some new ones, and we got a lot of whiskeys to try.
Yes.
So we got a lot of future episodes.
We got a lot coming up.
Man,
Well, we got one more step to the process. The last step, what do? We got to rate it.
Gotta
Let's
rate
get
it.
to the ratings, baby.
go first.
You want me to go first?
you go first.
Okay. I'm gonna hit it. one more time.
Yeah, I like.
What's your rating scale? 1 out of 10.
Yep,
Mhm,
1 out of
mhm.
10. 10 being this is
You give them points.
the bomb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I
Sure do.
think all in, right? The story was cool. Again, it's a Missouri story, right?
Missouri story.
What intrigues me the most is that the guy's a scientist, right?
Yeah.
What was it? Over 190 different variations of
190
corn.
Of just corn.
Just
I didn't know that was
wild.
that many
Of
corn.
corn. That's spectacular.
Yeah.
For him to be I'm just picturing him, just
Mhm.
going through all these variations, trying to figure out what makes
Literally.
sense. So that's pretty cool. And it tastes so smooth when it goes down.
Except
for
you were,
me-
except you were choking.
The second one, I don't know.
It's probably less of the whiskey, more
Yeah,
just how you.
it was
brought it
just
back.
more exactly. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
choke on
playing.
water. So.
I would say I'm gonna give this bottle probably about a 7.5. And that's my lowest one thus
That's-
far out of
Mhm.
the other two that
Mhm.
we've had thus far.
I will say I
You
was
rated the others?
I was
higher?
yeah, the others were higher.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I will say I felt like this one was lower than the other two.
Yep.
So
Yep.
the story was cool.
Really?
Yep.
The story was neat.
May I ask
Um,
what was it?
I was gonna say what
specifically?
why was that?
Think for me, and I'll let Luke can go after me, but for me, the story of the other two impacted
Yeah.
the,
you
the
sure? So it was
So it
way.
was more the
the-
story than the flavor itself.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
thing about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, this
I
is a
mean,
cool story.
what was that?
I love that the guy is done
Yeah.
over 190 different corns. I mean, and
Absolutely.
it's all bottled. It's everything on the same spot. They're not getting
For
different
sure.
things. I like all that.
Yeah.
But I was gonna go like a 6.9. I was
Oh.
in the sixes.
You was in the 6s.
I was in the sixes. yeah.
okay.
So for
Wow.
me, it goes down smooth, but I was struggling. So if you remember when you asked me, hey, what's in this one? I struggled. At first I said, man, this is pretty hard.
Yeah.
And it's because I couldn't pick up the flavors.
Mm.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
that makes
I
sense.
could there
That
was
makes
no
sense.
distinct like on the first one, I could tell for sure, which I thought was
The
honey.
flavors were popping.
Oh yeah, I could get the
Yeah.
butterscotch, and once when we talked about the butterscotch, I could get that.
Yep.
And then the same thing for the second one. The second one, I could tell that there were stone fruits in it, and you could get some of that.
Right.
But I'm telling you, the biggest challenge on this one, I was struggling to get flavors out of this.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was
I
tough.
feel it actually. Yeah.
So
see
that's
that.
why I went with a lower rate.
I'm right there
it's
with
not
you.
it's not a bad whiskey.
No, not at all.
I just think, but compared to the other two, I'm comparing based on previous episodes at
Yeah.
this point in time. I think it has to be the third one
We
so
did
far.
start out pretty high.
We started out hot.
Yeah.
I mean,
That-
Set the
that-
bar so high, it's just hard
We
to
did.
hit
I'm
that.
not gonna
That's
lie,
kind of
yeah.
a good thing to do, though, right?
Yeah.
Start it high, so then you have
Yeah.
something to go off.
Yeah,
and we're not
absolutely.
gonna fake a rating. It's gonna be
Absolutely not.
legit.
Absolutely not. Well,
And
yeah, and
so-
that's the thing. It's nothing against any of these
No.
bottle
Oh,
feeders.
Personal
Everyone-
preference, but
literally.
non-professional whiskey.
I mean,
drinkers.
yeah.
Right.
Heck, you may have this sucker at a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I have it at 8.3
Okay.
okay,
there we
okay,
go.
there it is.
because I
8.3.
do like. But here's my thing. I also knew what was in it.
Okay.
So knowing what was in it, drinking it, I could taste it.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
taste all of it. And I do think it has a different taste with the blue corn.
Okay. Okay.
And I truly do, because I do drink
I
quite a bit
taste-
of whiskey.
I can see that.
Yeah,
the
like it-
corn. Once it's been talked about, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like it's so unique to me because it's something that no one else is doing, obviously.
Yep.
Mhm.
He's,
you know,
he's doing
he's
it. No one
doing it.
else. Mhm.
And I don't know, that's really cool to me because I don't know.
Yeah.
I like being different. You know,
Right.
entrepreneurs are cool to me, and what he's doing is different.
Yeah.
Right. I like
So-
that. Well, we should have let our guest go first, but now the
Oh, no
floor is
worries.
yours, Adrian. You tell us, what is your rating?
Man, it's a tough one, especially after hearing how your schools of thought, because
Yeah.
the story is definitely impactful. Each sip you have it, you just have that history or context with any
There you
bottle.
go.
But I will say it is top, like, if not top 3 smoothest sips I've ever had
Oh,
in my life. That's just on the smooth, like
Wow.
how
Yeah,
you
yeah,
put
yeah.
it down. I agree with Luke as far as like flavor popping. I've had other whiskeys where like the
Yeah.
flavors are coming at you.
Immediate. Yeah.
So this one, it's more level on the flavor,
Okay.
but really smooth.
Okay.
Interesting backstory. So
Yeah.
I'll go like 7.6.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I like
We like
that.
that.
It's
I
up
like
there.
that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So we ranged from 6.9 all the way up
To
to an 8.3.
8.3.
So
8.3.
let's go ahead and put that average right in the mid 7.
There we go.
Right in the mid sevens.
Again, guys, it's a good bottle. It's a good bottle
Very
of
good
whiskey.
bottle.
It's very. I think the retail on this is like $39,
$40.
$40,
Yeah,
around
$40.
$40.
So it,
Wow.
you know, it's
affordable.
It also is the most affordable whiskey that we've
Most
tried so far.
affordable
Yeah, I
one.
didn't even consider that as
Yep.
a consumer.
Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely.
So it's not going to be the most. Obviously, they do have a more prestigious one.
Yep.
That's $195.
Yeah, so it gets up there.
It gets
Oh,
up there.
wow. From the
Yeah.
same
From
guy.
the same guy.
distillery.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Same,
I'd be
same
interested
wood
to
hat. I
test,
think it's
like
called.
other stuff he has too.
Yeah.
I think it's called Wood Hat Reserve. It's over
Yep.
there. I don't want to go grab it, but
Yep.
yeah.
So
it is
yeah,
still good.
absolutely.
That's
So
sick.
we do one more toast, and then we'll get to the business.
We'll get to the business.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Let's do
You
it.
got it, Luke.
Whiskey for the soul,
Insurance for the wallet.
Yep. That's good.
Mm.
All right.
So, Adrian, we want to talk about a little bit on the marketing side of things.
For sure.
Mm.
Let's get into it.
So, tell us, how do you create content specifically for target audiences, or it could be our audience or insurance audience, but how do you do that?
Good question. Content's a huge thing that people are aware of. Everyone uses social media, everyone uses the internet, everyone searches things, reads blogs, whatever. They're interested in different things, podcasts.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so I'll speak to that question from the standpoint of just like any business and how any business I would recommend approaching,
Yeah.
or how I'd approach it for any business,
Yeah.
rather than just specifically for insurance. But any, entrepreneur that wants to create content to reach their audience
Mhm.
starts with identifying the audience,
Gotcha.
and there's a whole kind of series of or process to really nail it down. So something I recommend is the 5 levels of why, or you just go 5 levels deep on a certain question.
Yeah.
So you identify your audience. Who's our audience? People who need insurance.
Yeah.
That's level 1. Go 4 more levels deep. Okay, who could really benefit from insurance? Who would be a good target? Maybe it could be, for maybe you tailor it to specific products.
Yeah.
We have different policies that tailored to different
Yeah.
demographics. So you can use demographic information, but you just get as detailed as you can. And the narrower and the more niche you get,
Yeah.
the better you can tailor your content to that niche. And especially in the world of attention, this is the attention economy. So,
Absolutely.
every marketer, every salesperson is fighting for people's attention to try and get products and services in front of them to sell them. So the more niche you get, the easier it'll become, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whiskey and insurance, that's pretty niche. That's a good strategy as well, combining 2 or 3 things together.
Yeah.
You can have insurance, you can have
For sure.
whiskey. I saw a
Absolutely.
successful e-commerce campaign, and it was pugs and coffee.
There we go.
People who love pugs and love coffee, and it was literally t-shirts with a pug and a
Yeah.
coffee. But anyone who has a pug and likes coffee is going to buy that shirt. You know
Yeah.
what I
Right.
mean?
For sure.
So yeah, just get really specific with the audience, identifying the audience. Go 5 levels deep at least. You
That's
can even
good.
go to 7 levels deep. And
Right.
there's also other sort of ways you can do it.
Different schools of thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
I and when I hear marketing, right, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's just so broad, right?
It's very
Marketing can be in over here, over there. Tell me from your perspective, you're in the industry, what is marketing in, a general sense?
Yeah, for
when
sure.
you hear that, what is that?
Well, generally it's just promoting
Okay.
or let's say communicating.
There
That's
we
the
go.
most
I like
broad
that.
word. It's communicating a message,
Yeah.
usually tied to a product or service, and communicating that message to an audience.
Got it.
Simple
Okay.
as that. So if you're a local mom and pop shop and you go to your local event, trade show, downtown days, whatever, farmers market,
Yeah.
or even talking to your friends about your business, anytime any entrepreneur is posting on social media, telling their friends, that's marketing. It's
Okay.
just
Gotcha.
communicating your products and services by and then you're right. There's so many avenues.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
You can think of with the internet.
Yeah.
And this is how I kind of start off when I teach people marketing is like the internet, everyone uses it. The internet connects, let's say 99% of Americans today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
99% of Americans are using the internet on a regular basis in some way or form.
Yeah.
Content is the vehicle to connect businesses with their audience. So that's kind of the vehicle driving around the roads to connect a business with their people. But with
Yeah.
the internet, you can connect to more people than ever before. So it's really like digital marketing, which is
Mm.
just the channel of like internet marketing
Right.
rather than your traditional marketing before the internet existed.
Yeah.
Is you can reach more people than ever before. So it's really a huge opportunity for any business on any level, whether it's a small local business or a 10 million, 20 million, 100 million, or a huge corporation. You're using the internet to connect with people, to market to them, to
Yeah.
communicate your product or service to
Yeah.
your target
Like that.
audience.
I would add a further point, like if you're not using technology, you're not using platforms to grow your business. Like I mean, that's kind of the way of the future, right? I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah,
if you're not doing that, you'll
you're-
get left behind.
You're at least 10 years
You're
behind
not
already.
adapting.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about the other week. You're not adapting.
so
Which it's hard though for like small businesses to keep up in that way. And that's a huge challenge is like,
because content creation takes time.
yeah, it
Yeah.
takes time.
And money.
Especially
And
if you're
money.
like a solopreneur, like you don't
Yeah.
have time for that,
Yeah.
because you're focused on servicing your clients, building your business.
Yeah.
So it's really challenging. So then the people go, and this is something I think worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Is a big kind of sour spot in the industry. Is like small businesses will turn to like local agencies or SEO agencies, digital agencies here and there,
Mm.
and just get totally ripped off. It's kind of
Mm.
it's kind of a trend. You talk to just any local business, like, oh yeah, I tried SEO and
Right.
they sent me a bill, but I didn't really get anything out of it,
Now you-
So it's kind of hard to be effective and profitable. And
Yeah.
agencies are just, hey, check boxes, send you a list, here's the bill, but they don't actually care if the business is profitable,
Yeah.
successful. They're just doing a service, like
They're collecting their money.
yeah, it's like
Exactly.
taking your car into
Yep.
the mechanic.
That's it.
You don't know anything about cars. The mechanic can rip
Yeah.
you off. You wouldn't even know,
Yeah,
but you're getting the bill either way.
You need new brakes.
Yeah.
That's $1,800.
Yeah, exactly. You go
I
in
just
the
did that
shop-
last time at another shop. Oh, really?
Oh, really? Yeah, they try to
Weird.
get you every
You
single
must have been
chance they
breaking
can.
hard.
Now, go back to SEO for consumers that don't know in regards to marketing. What is that?
What is SEO?
Yeah, search engine optimization. So when
Okay.
you go onto your Google or your Siri, Safari, search engines, it's kind of the foundation of the internet, really. So Google launched in the mid 90s. The programmers, the two guys, the founders of Google in their garage, typed out this algorithm, this code.
That is wild.
And Google today still uses that exact same algorithm. So people think I'll go head to head with a lot of
Yeah.
marketers. So in the marketing space, people say, and it's really a selling tactic, like, oh, SEO is changing all the time, the internet's changing all the time. And that's true. It does upgrade and like change,
Mhm.
but the underlying foundation, the original code
It's the
is
same.
still the same.
Wow.
So if you understand that original kind of algorithm, it still is relevant today.
Nice.
So that's just something worth mentioning. That's a little
Yeah.
bit more details, but
I
SEO,
like
search
that.
engine optimization.
That's why you
Good.
work with us.
Yeah.
So basically, you go to the Google, you type in something, right?
Yep.
What that does is the search engine scans, and it already does this. It has scanned the entire internet, the
Okay.
World Wide Web, www. So Google has the entire World Wide Web indexed, scanned, and like saved in their servers in
Yeah.
Washington, right?
Yeah.
So it has the whole internet and it understands the whole internet. So
Love
when
it.
you type something in, let's say health insurance for truckers, the goal of a search engine is to deliver to its end user the best result based off of their search query, because they want to give you a good experience. That's the whole point of Google.
Right.
So they design their algorithm to give you what you want based on your search. So it will there's over 200 ranking factors, which is kind of a lot. We focus on like top 10, top 20, but if you consider, the algorithm will look at 200 different things to determine what to show you based off of your
Nice.
search.
Got
So
it.
it's technical, it's a little much, but
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, but
It's crazy.
you gotta, I think what a lot of people don't realize too is marketing is it's more than what we initially think of.
Yeah.
You know, like marketing, you think of traditional marketing pieces, you think of billboards, you think
Yep.
of TV advertisements,
Yep.
you think of radio advertising. But a lot of it is just data and understanding how to use the data that's in front of you to get better.
Yeah.
And so like it takes a business mind
Mhm.
to have a position like you have. I know you've run a
Yeah.
digital marketing agency in your past life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very successful. I'm glad we were able to pull them
They're still
away.
around.
Absolutely.
They still are around.
Yes.
And so I think that those things are very unique when it comes to marketing. So you've got to be able to be I guess a jack of all trades per se.
Yeah.
You can't just say, "Oh, I'm really good at marketing
Yeah.
for this piece." I mean, you could fit in a marketing team if you're good at one piece, but somebody in a role like yours, you've got to really be able to know everything, the whole enchilada. You got to be
Yes.
well rounded.
Rounded.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite
absolutely.
words. I
Yeah.
talk about that.
Like a head chef in a kitchen, you have
Yeah.
your different stations in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and people are good at those one things, but
Yeah.
the chef kind of can go in on any one of those
Mhm.
levels and make sure that it all comes together
Yeah.
For sure.
to make a winning, profitable recipe.
Never thought about it like that.
No, no.
Yeah.
And I commend you, like I said,
Yeah.
that's why I asked him earlier, what is marketing?
Yeah.
Because it's so over here, over there, but
Yeah.
they really have to have a lot of skills, communication skills. They have to be analytical.
They kind of be salesmen too.
You know,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
all in
Marketing
one.
is sales.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
That's what it is.
So
and
Yeah.
like one of the number one things, and when we meet,
Yeah.
when we do a weekly meeting or a monthly meeting and we talk, the number one thing that we're talking about is the numbers
Mhm,
and the
mhm,
data and
mhm.
being
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to understand the data and the numbers so that we can change and move forward and implement new processes and
Yep.
implementations that are going to work for the future.
Yeah.
For sure.
I would say successful marketers are data lead with
Analyst.
data.
Yeah.
Like everyone can have an opinion
Yeah.
about different things, and you can have like insights into an industry, which
Yeah.
is good to like start with, but numbers don't lie as long as
No.
they're
Yeah.
accurate.
Correct.
Absolutely.
For
It's
sure.
all about-
Well, I got one for you.
Mm.
Okay.
It's going to kind of go back to talked about last week and kind of the week before.
Mm.
How has AI helped or hurt you in the
Ooh,
marketing
That's a good
space?
question.
Good question.
That's a
So
really good
I think
question.
AI has definitely helped. I've adopted it a lot, not fast enough, honestly. But that's something why I just enjoy this industry and marketing so much, is because when I started 8+ years ago,
Yeah.
it's like constantly learning.
Yeah.
And you never stop learning. It's not like, oh, you get your degree, you're done, and then you go work and like that's it. Like you have to constantly evolve and change as technology changes, because it's a technology based digital marketing, digital internet.
Right.
The internet is 20 years old, let's say, 25 years old.
Mhm.
It's still pretty new considering as a technology, but think about the internet in 2005 compared to now. People didn't even have smartphones back then. Social media wasn't even a thing back then, right?
Right.
And now we have the TikTok and all the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
absolutely.
with AI tools, going back to your question, I've used them a lot. There's a lot of really cool tools that just help speed up the process. It's kind of a double-edged sword. I think it's like that with every technology, where it'll leave a lot of people behind, unfortunately, kind of like in that, economy where people
Kind
can't
of take over.
it'll take over a bit. So people who leverage it and use it will get ahead.
Absolutely.
Mm.
It's like I can do just like so much more as far as like volume and tasks. Let's just go to content creation specifically.
Yeah.
In my early career, I was doing everything manually, editing videos, shooting videos, creating ads, creating graphics, all this stuff, writing copy. I'm now using AI to do all those things, to help me do all those things. And it doesn't do it like all for me. Like I'm still kind of the brain putting into the content, but the AI is like a tool, just like a hammer that I'm leveraging to help speed up that process.
Efficiency.
Yeah.
Efficiency. So it's just, it's like a human, it's like having a robotic arm and you can hit really hard.
Yeah.
You're going to knock out the guy compared to your regular arm.
Got to
you know
work
what I mean?
smarter, not harder.
Right. Exactly.
That's all it comes down to. Everybody's always said that, but people don't want to adapt. That's what we're talking about.
Like we were talking about.
They're scared to.
Yeah, it is a little scary. I mean, there's a learning curve, but once you kind of just jump in the deep end a little bit into the AI pool and start doing things hands-on, get over that learning curve and then work smarter, not harder.
It's just
I
a
think
robot.
this is really good for a nice pause before we go and ask more questions to Adrian for our sponsor, Apollo Insurance.
Apollo
so
Insurance.
we're going to do a pause and you'll have 30-second commercial. Thanks.
We want to shout out our sponsor, Apollo Insurance Group. They are one of the largest health insurance brokerages out of the Midwest. They specialize in health, life, dental, vision, a lot of the things you need in regards to insurance they have. So they typically save their clients a lot of money in regards to their premium. So if you don't have someone that's helping you or aiding you through this process or this chaotic world of health insurance, please reach out to them. They fight for you, they specialize in what they do, and they're great at their job. Well, Adrian, the question I have for you, man, is I want to know for any entrepreneurs out there or anybody that owns their own business or, are trying to go get it for themselves. How do you create that brand awareness, that brand identity, and make it strong so that individuals are able to reach you and able to do things of that nature? Tell me, how does that work?
Yeah. Strong brand identity.
Yeah, strong brand identity.
Yeah, so you want to start kind of on the very first thing, and then you can expand off that. So the very first thing you want to start with is, and I'm going to rip off Simon Sinek, who's a modern business leader, culture leader. His book, Start With Why, is a big one. Or for those listening, if you just go to the YouTube and type in The Golden Circle, it was his like TEDx talk back in like 2005, like forever ago, kind of launched his new career. But he uses Apple computers as the example. And you start with why, and that can come down to your vision statement or your mission statement. So you have a strong vision and a strong mission. That's kind of your base. And then you kind of build off of that. And then it's just about presence after that. So content, social media, you want to be on all the platforms. Now, something I would say for small businesses or people who don't have like a lot of marketing manpower is instead of trying to be everywhere all at once, like go all in on one, because then you just kind of, and going back to our very first question of like getting really niche, right? So knowing your target audience, but then you can deliver that why and it'll be more impactful, because people buy why you do what you do. They don't buy what you do or how you do it. So
they buy you.
Yeah. I like that.
That
really makes sense.
I do like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think that just overall from a marketing perspective, I think we could probably talk on a whole other episode of a lot more marketing and content creation, different stuff like that. But I think from just thank you for your time today. Thank you for just sharing some of these ideas. I don't know if you have any last thoughts for anybody. I mean, this can apply to insurance. This could apply to agents. They could be just business leaders overall.
Man,
anything, anything last second thoughts that you would like to share with the world on our third episode, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Let me try to throw out, this might be too much, but I want to leave the listeners with something that they can take away to hopefully apply to help their business be more successful with marketing, right? For lead gen and everything. Yeah. So you have all these bells and whistles, these shiny objects, TikTok, this, social ads, that, right? So there's all sorts of things you can do. Oh, I need to do a blog. I need to post on this or that or the other, or this new threads that Instagram released. There's always a new thing. But if you just erase all that, don't even think about it, and you focus on starting with just a full funnel strategy, which entails, because you can't just be successful in getting inbound leads from your marketing with one of those things. You have to have an array of all those things aligned into a full funnel structure. And once you have that, then you can decide, okay, let's do this, that, and the other. So don't start with the shiny object syndrome and just going where the trends go, what people tell you to do. Start on a really robust, just fundamental strategy, full funnel strategy, top of the funnel, middle funnel, bottom of the funnel, which I didn't get into. It's the marketing people understand. Once you have that structure set up, then you'll know, okay, social media is top of the funnel. It'll get a lot of awareness, but it won't really drive direct leads per se. We even get sales and leads off of social media, which is good, but that's not really our goal. Our goal is really just to grow our brand awareness.
There we go.
Middle of the funnel is where you start to leverage, data, people visiting your website, people filling out a form on your website, people calling you from a number on Google or wherever. That's middle funnel. Bottom of the funnel is where the salespeople start to engage with customers, nurturing customers, sending them content. And you create content based on different parts of the funnel. Top of the funnel, you're not going to go do a deep dive video on how health insurance works.
No.
But you might talk about, health insurance networks or like different policy types and how they apply to different people.
For sure.
And then you can dive in deeper. So that's what I'd say. Don't go following the trends. Focus on a really good full funnel strategy.
You know what
first.
I heard is be different.
Be different.
Yeah. Be original.
Be original.
Yep.
Because if you're following trends, trends are that's what they are. They're trends.
They die at some time.
Yeah. And
Every trend dies.
Yep.
So I think thank you so much for spending some time with us on this episode.
That was
We
great.
appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for giving your expertise on the whiskey. One, we hope to have you back on some future episodes because I think we could probably
glad to join.
I think we could probably talk about marketing for an entire month of episodes if we wanted to.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. You guys have anything else you want to close out on this episode?
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
That was awesome.
It's very
Sounds really good.
informative. Again, let's do it.
Last thing, if you have more whiskeys, you have business topics, you want to learn about a specific insurance policy, doesn't matter whatever it can be, please send us a comment. Please send us a private message. I promise you, we will add that to our future episodes.
Yep.
We've already got several ideas. I think it's really, really exciting because we've gotten some good feedback from folks already.
We have
already.
And so we've already got plans now for probably the next 8 episodes.
Yeah.
So
at least.
I would say if you've got something and we want to hear about it before the end of the year, please put a message or a comment because we'd love to get to it. That or whiskey. We can always use that for the whiskey because we don't always plan ahead for the whiskeys. So.
Also, shout out Macadoodles again.
Man.
Thank you
Amazing.
for letting us use the space. It was beautiful. We're so excited to be at Macadoodles again for next week.
Yeah, we're coming again next week.
They did tell us that we could come back next week, so we'll be here for another episode.
Shout out Jacob
and
again.
then we'll go back to the studio.
There we go.
Maybe upgrade the studio. Nah, I'm just kidding. But no, appreciate you guys.
Thank you guys.